Hello. Welcome to your Friday. This is week 5, January 31st, 2020, and this month is in the books, folks. We're now looking at February, and we're also looking at Super Bowl weekend. If you can't tell how excited I am, let me just tell you, I'm over the top excited. 49ers, Chiefs, brawling it out on Sunday. I can't wait for this. I will tell you, I'm a Bear fan. I've always been a Bear fan. And if the Bears were in the Super Bowl, that's about the only thing that could get me more excited about this game this Sunday. If your team is playing, I wish you luck and I hope you win because it's going to be a battle, an all-out battle. All right, with that in mind, I'm going to go back to last week and my video from Friday, and I'm going to say thank you for the many, many messages, comments, likes that I received. I took the word impact and made an acronym. Insert my positive attitude continually today. Simply thinking, that's kind of cool, right? But apparently a lot of people thought that was cool. And a lot of people made comments, and those comments charge me up. They inspire me. They make me want to work harder. So as my partners, I say thank you because your involvement is every bit as important as mine. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, okay? Today I want to talk about a couple of things that don't typically associate themselves with a positive attitude or a mantra or any of that. But once I'm done, I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. The first thing I want to talk about is the art of listening, or our ability to listen. In today's society, with all the technology and devices, it's very easy for us to get distracted in a conversation. The best example I can give you is you see two people out eating and they're talking and one of them is text messaging. I try never to do that, but I'm sure occasionally I do. I try to put my phone away, and if I get a text message, I'll say, I'm tied up, I'll get back to you. But that's the problem with today, is we all are so accessible. And we allow it to happen. And I'm not sure if it's society that makes us feel we have to be readily available or if it's something we put on ourselves. But what I'm saying is it's something I want to think about in myself, because when I'm talking to someone, I want them to know I'm listening to you. What you're telling me is important, and that will have impact on them, okay? Because they understand you're fully engaged and you care. And they're going to walk away from that conversation knowing you were listening. Because when I'm talking to someone, that's what I want to walk away with. I want to know that I was talking to someone and they heard what I was saying and it meant something to them, okay? So listening is crucial for us, but it also teaches us something, right? Isn't that what listening is? Pretty much learning. And I found a quote here. I actually found two, if you don't mind. I'm going to share them with you. One of which is from Larry King, who says, I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. That's awesome. It's true, right? I mean, when I was a kid, somebody said, well, you never learn anything when your lips are moving, right? Which is kind of true. I don't know who said it or the exact phrase, but I always thought about that. And then the Dalai Lama comes up with a quote that I found that's kind of cool too. And that reads, when you talk, you are only repeating what you already know. But if you listen, you may learn something new. How cool is that? That's awesome, right? Because that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to learn from our friends what their life entails. So that's one thing, the art of listening. I think listening is so very important, and it's a lost art today. The other thing I want to ask you is, are you able to really put yourself in someone else's shoes? I ask this because it's one of the biggest life lessons I've ever learned, and I'm not quite sure how I learned it. If I'm talking to somebody and they're going through something difficult, and I'm able to put myself in their shoes, that's a game changer, isn't it? I mean, if you're able to try and really feel what they're going through. Let's say you're dating someone, okay? And you guys have a disagreement. Are you able to say, put yourself in the other person's shoes and try and imagine their point Because if you do, your communication is going to improve by boatloads, okay? When you're able to say, no, I get what you're saying, I'm sorry I did that or whatever. But it's important that they do that as well in a relationship, right? So putting yourself in someone else's shoes is huge to me. It's something I learned a long time ago, and I do my best to always try and put myself in someone else's shoes. But it goes beyond that. If you're talking to somebody at work who's having a rough time, and you're really trying to understand them, let's say they got money problems, or they have a sick family member or something, and you are able to sit there and almost pretend that you're that person. It's huge because it really puts a different perspective in things for you with your communication to them, right? And I found a quote. It came from mybookofquotes.com, and I think it's awesome. Always put yourself in the other's shoes. If you feel that it hurts you, it probably hurts the person too. So if you take the example I gave with somebody at work who's having financial problems, I'm sure that we've all had financial problems. Take yourself back to that time and remember how that felt, and then respond to that person. I think it's awesome. It's a great life lesson. So for right now, I want to thank you again. I hope you have a fantastic week and a perfect week next week. I hope you come back for week 6, and God bless you. Thank you for watching.